Okay, so the second tool that we use to manage Google Ads is the Google Ads Editor. If you have not used this, to get this, what I do is just Google download Google Ads Editor, and you will get shown this screen, and you can download the Google Ads Editor to your device. So how does it work? This is an offline editor of Google Ads, which means everything that you're looking at here is effectively outdated. Every single moment you're in here, we're pooling just data offline. You can make your changes and then you can upload them again. So if you come in here, to get started, what you do is you open an account. I've already done it. I've opened up this account, but you'll pull that in there. You can also then download the ad account from the UI that we just looked at onto your local device. Again, I just did it, so I'm not going to go through it because it will take a second to download. But you can pull all of that data that you look at online and you can pull it over here. Okay, so navigating this, it works more or less the same. You'll see this top bar has your tools and some of the setting stuff that we looked at on the other side. And then this will be like that very first column on the Google Ads UI. This is where you navigate to the specific types of campaigns that you want to see. Right now I'm looking at everything. You can click into an individual campaign. You can click into an individual ad group and look at that same granularity filtering that we saw on the Google Ads UI. And then down here, you'll see all of the same settings and just features that you could look at. You can look at the account, you can look at campaigns, you can look at ad groups. You'll see all of your targeting keywords, all your targeting will be here, all of your ads will be here, your asset types, recommendations, shared library, everything will be here. So navigating this is not that difficult. So let's talk a little bit about why do we use this. The reason why I use this a lot of times is I can just copy this entire campaign and then I can come in here and say like V2, or you could put a new targeting. You can do everything that you want to see here. You can change all of the settings, and I can also change these settings across all campaigns. So let's say I want to make some changes. I can say, hey, I don't like this bid strategy anymore. And then you can change it to target CPA. You can put in whatever that CPA target that you want to target now. You can make adjustments for the bids. You can put frequency capping on the campaign. You change your locations. And I'm changing these for all three of these campaigns, not just one individual one. You can also come in here. Let's say you want to change your tracking. You can put a new URL tracking template and you can apply it for all of these campaigns at the same time versus going one by one by one. A lot of times what I'll also look at doing is so I have some responsive video ads. What I could do is I could copy all of these and I can come in here and say, hey, maybe I don't like this. And then you can change your copy right here. You'll see that if it's too long, you'll get this warning level, but you can come in here and adjust all of the copy. And this is something I do a lot where it's like, maybe I want to change this call to action. And I can come in here and I can just change whatever that piece of copy that I want to change. And now I'm effectively running duplicate ads. I'm increasing the amount of ads I'm running. I'm increasing the amount of copy I'm running. And I can make these changes really quickly versus making a lot longer time if I was going to be on the UI. There's a couple of other features that I'll call out in here. So you can make, almost on every screen, you'll see this make multiple changes. You'll see it on the campaign level, on the ad group level, and the keywords and the ads level. So how I use it a lot of times is I will start some of these projects in Excel, or a Google Sheet will work the same way. And so let me pull this up here. Let's say we want to make a new campaign. I can come in here and I can put a campaign name. I can put an ad group name. I can put my keywords. I can put a match type. I can put a bid. Okay. So then we can label all of this. A lot of times I like to write campaign names that tell me something. So usually I'll put like the company initials. I will put the type of ad that it is. I might put the audience. So we're doing Learn Google Ads. So maybe I say Learn Google. Something like that. Usually we put ad groups that are very reflective of the keywords that are within it. So we might say Learn Google Ads. We might say Google Ads Masterclass. And we might say Learn Bing Ads. So in this scenario, I would probably put both of these first two here in a Learn Google, and then I might put this one into a Learn Bing campaign. Usually we like to have the same content category in the same ad account, and then different content categories in different ad accounts. And then usually I want my ad group name to reflect the keyword and the match type. So my ad group names, a lot of times what I will do is I will just concatenate these together, something like this, and then I will name my ad group names what's going on here. And then usually I make my CPCs based off of research that we looked at just a second ago in the keyword planner. You can get a good idea for what these CPCs would be. Usually I match that. We'll talk more about keyword planning in the future, so I'm not going to dwell on that a whole lot. But you'll see I made this keyword plan. And using the keyword planner, you can work through hundreds or thousands of keywords pretty quickly using some formulas here and using the data that you have on that side. So what I do is I come over here into the keyword planner. I paste this data. You have to see what columns you want to match the data to. So this is a campaign. This is an ad group. That's the keyword, the criteria map, the max CPC. I'm going to say that my data includes the columns. If I was just going to put it into one campaign, I would just select that campaign. But because I'm building new campaigns here, I'll put it like this. And then you'll finish your review. Whenever you see these errors, that means that there's a setting that's off. I just built these campaigns from scratch, and so I'm sure there are missing settings, right? They want a budget. We'll put a budget of $100. You can see all of these other campaign settings that you'll see on here too. Navigate it just like all of these other campaigns. Okay, so now we have keywords in this campaign. Maybe you want ads. You can come in here and you can do search ads the same way. And you can put description 1, description 2, headline 1. You need to have at least one headline 1. Well, you need to have at least 3 headlines, and you need to have at least 2 descriptions. And then Google will mix and match them to actually serve them. That is more or less how to use this tool. You can do it for almost anything at any granularity within here. Site links, you can make multiple changes. The columns require change and the columns available change, but it's more or less the same process. And a lot of times this is how we do things at scale, where we'll work a lot in Excel and then bring it over here on Post-it. So once you've made all the changes that you want to make, the last step to this, and let's make sure everything is paused, just because this is a testing campaign. If this was not a testing campaign, I wouldn't be pausing everything. But let's do that, and then you post it out here. I want to post 3 campaigns. You post that, and then now if I go back into the Google UI, I'll see these changes. You can see we have an error here, and so maybe I'll like diagnose what the campaign error is. But then you'll see all of this stuff out there on the editor when it is done. Yeah, so I tried to put a bid strategy that I can't actually use because we don't have conversions set up in this account yet. And so what you do is you look for that bid strategy. Let's change this bid strategy back to what it was. I'm just going to delete that campaign. And then, oh, okay, now everything should be able to be posted. Now, if you go back into the UI, you should see everything that you see in here. So, as always, if you have questions, let me know. And I'll try to get back to everything. And yeah, we'll have a new course coming up, a new video coming up soon.